gosh, there's a little squirrel drinking from the water feature out there. Look how cute. I kind of want to go up and pet him. It's a hot day, so it's probably thirsty. Bye bye, Squiggle. That's right, you find some shade, buddy. It's gonna be a hot day.
Now, I'm not a squirrel by any means, obviously, but I've got to scram soon. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this little unboxing before we get into the actual ride of today. And this came in the mail a few hours ago. Can you see what it is? I will clean that up. So today we're gonna be doing an unboxing of the Beeline Moto 2 and the bar clamp mount. And after today, I'm going to be doing a small review because that's kind of what I do when I get a new product from a motorcycle. But without further ado, let's go ahead and unbox these things. First, we're gonna go ahead and unbox the bar clamp mount. We've got a lot of sizes on here for different size bars, which is nice. Same as the quad lock. Ooh, this mount feels sturdy. Wow. Okay, this is super good quality. My goodness. So this will sit on the actual bars like that. Got an installation booklet as well. Next, let's go ahead and look at the Beeline Moto 2. Now, I got the gunmetal gray. As I said in a previous video, I was looking at the gunmetal gray version. Let's go ahead. Open this up. Alright, so the first thing we see when we open this box is the Beeline Moto 2. I'm going to try and pull this out of here without breaking anything, because we all know I'm prone to breaking stuff and it being very expensive. Let's see what else you have in the box. Looks like an instruction manual, product information. We have a mount. I don't know exactly how to put anything together. I will figure it out. And this... Okay, alright. So, what this is, you put these little rubber bands around here, I assume, like that, and they go over handlebars. Ah yes, it says mount bands here. We also have the USB-C charging cable. Oh my goodness, it's tiny. Look how cute that is. That is adorable. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and charge this thing up, make sure that it's all ready to go for my ride this afternoon. In fact, before we do anything, I'll make sure, I'm not saying that Beeline don't know what they're doing, but I just don't know what I'm doing, so I'm assuming that just kind of clips into place like that. But we will see how it holds up. Now for a satisfying peel. Oh, beautiful. Let's get this thing charged up.
Right, just one stop before we get to my friend's house. We got to go to Tesco and withdraw a little bit of cash. So there's just that to do. And then I can showcase this new navigational aid, which you already know from the start of the video is the Beeline Moto 2. So yeah, happy fun times. No, it wasn't even. I shall be back in a second. So a bit of a hiccup with it for the first time using it. A little bit of a different feel to it, I guess. I also need to change the units into miles and not kilometers. This is a lot nicer, like it looks a lot nicer than the quad lock. I mean, don't get me wrong, the quad lock is brilliant. What is this person doing? They're in a smart car, but they're clearly not smart. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you think this looks better than my quad lock, or do you prefer the quad lock? This is a lot more minimalist, which I actually quite like. That is my first impression. Like, this is really, really cool. It works off of your phone's GPS. I don't think it has its own GPS built in. I'll have to look at the specs and double check, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So with the Beeline Moto 2, you actually get two different ways that you can go. You can go the fast way, or you can go the fun way. I'm currently going the fun way, which, I mean, I'm pretty sure I've been this way before. Person in that red Audi just ran that red light. Just because the light matches the color of your car does not mean to say that means that cars of that color can go through it. Gosh! I don't know how many crayons people are eating, or why the sun brings out so many dinguses, as I said in my Halfords video. I was a tad bit confused on that double roundabout there, and I won't lie to you. If there was something about to merge into the lane that I was planning on going into, then I would have just stuck to the wrong lane and just safely carried out the way that I was going. But I did do a mirror and a shoulder check, made sure there was nothing coming. I did fail to indicate though. That is the one thing that I would have done differently. So I am going to explain this route as I'm going, obviously making sure there's nobody either side of a zebra crossing, looking at every single junction in case there's some idiot driver who decides to pull out without adhering to the give way. Keep your eye on the horizon. There's going to be a lot of hazards, so kind of look at the horizon and work your way down to where you are. Don't just keep tunnel visioning. There's another zebra crossing here. Making sure nobody's coming up to it. Another giveaway there, we've got right away. So this is basically just my thought process on, I'm gonna move in here so that Volkswagen can get around those cars, on my journeys and sort of why I'm constantly thinking, sometimes why I'm not talking, especially if it's a journey that I'm not that used to. Alright, so we see brake lights, we can't really see the red light, so we're just gonna slow down because there is a red light up ahead. Oh, that's a nice shiny Volkswagen. What is it, Golf? So we are currently in this bus's blind spot. Let's try and move out of that blind spot as soon as we safely can. Another zebra crossing coming up. Bus has got its right indicator on, I'm going to give it some way. I was in the wrong gear then for a second. So, if you see a bus parked at a bus stop, letting people on or off, if they've got their left indicator on, that means you can safely go around them when it's safe to do so. If they got their right indicator on, it means they're pulling out of the bus stop. So don't try and overtake, because you might be in their blind spot and they might pull out and hit you, which would not be good. And don't do that. Ah, allergies. I was very mindful about that car that was blasting music being right next to me as I was about to enter that roundabout. As I got second exit. Brake lights give way. Anything coming this way? Nothing coming that way. Alright, cool. Get into position. In position 1. Alright, we are nearly there, so I will see you in the drone footage, I guess. I mean, I'll continue recording the ride, but when we get close, then I will stop recording, or I'll cut the video even. Make sure nothing is going to try and overtake before we overtake these parked cars. Make sure there's nothing like a bicycle or a pedestrian behind that red car. It's going to be a blind hill, so we're going to try and... It's always best to try and slow down on a blind hill. I'm not sure if my 360 camera is overheated yet, but it is about 32 degrees as we speak, so it might have done. Mirror check. Overtake. Shoulder check. Pelican Crossing coming up. We're green at the moment. Alright, we've got a red light now. This was actually a fun ride, I'm not even gonna lie. Lived up to its name. God, look at those fuel prices. Good lord. Speed camera is just gonna double check to make sure I'm not accidentally doing over the speed limit. I thought I'd say bye to everyone properly, rather than just going away.
I'll see ya. I'll see you later.
See you later. Alright, so we are now on our way back home. It's a little bit more difficult to see now because it's getting a little bit darker. It's currently 27 minutes past 8. We're going to be getting home in probably about 20 minutes, I would say. So yeah, we're taking the fun route back home as well. I will try out some of the fast routes too at some point, but until then we're sticking with fun, because who doesn't like a bit of fun? Also, I hope you enjoyed the drone shots. They were really fun to get, although it did take about 40 minutes of recording to get all of that, and hopefully it ended up quite well in the time lapse. I did one actual hyperlapse within the drone, but I also did about 40 minutes of recording, and I'm going to speed that up as well, so hopefully it doesn't look too terrible. Look at that sky, it is beautiful. It's such a gorgeous night to be out on a ride. Well, it's kind of night, it's like the evening. I didn't know if I was going to be leaving any later than I did, so I did bring my clear visor as well, just in case, which I don't know if I'm going to have to pull over and switch out my visor, which if I do, I don't really care. I would rather be safe than inconvenienced, you know? You know what I mean. Right, make sure nobody's at the zebra crossings. Going to be commenting on my ride again. No one's at the zebra crossing, so we're clear to go across. That sky is absolutely phenomenal. Right, we're purposefully picking the middle lane position. Now we're going to move over to the right. Mirror. Lights are changing. So we're going to slow down, preemptively change our gears. It's going to be a blind bend around here, so I'm going to move to position 3 so I can get more information about the road that's ahead. Do a shoulder check to make sure there's nobody behind. This person is all over the road. It looked like that car was going to try and complete their maneuver, which I'm glad they didn't. Zebra crossing, make sure there's nobody there. No one is, so we're good. Usually you would have to try and slow down at a zebra crossing as you're approaching it, so a little mirror check, shoulder check. Zebra crossing coming up. Person's not crossing, so we're good to continue through. So what I always like to try and do is when I'm coming past a junction like that, especially into a petrol station, I always like to try and check, avoid the junction as much as possible. Pull to position 1 so that Ford can take over the van, move back to position 3, check mirrors. Steer to the 3rd position in case there's anything coming out of that junction. Move back to position 2. Stay in position 2, which is also known as the command position, apparently, or you know, so I've been told. 1st position. always do your mirror checks when you get onto a new road. Someone's crossing, be wary of that. This little thing has actually been really helpful. It does everything it says it does. It's genuinely so much better than having a phone on the dash, personally, I think. This is actually a lovely time to ride the motorcycle. I feel like Lacey's had a good time as well because her battery voltage has gone up. That is a beautiful bike. So we can keep our feet off the ground. Should make a song about that. Alright, well, that is going to do for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do remember to leave this video a like down below, as well as consider subscribing to the channel if you're... What the heck was that? But also consider subscribing to the channel if you're new. Turn on bell notifications so you never miss an upload. I upload every Monday and Wednesday at 4 p.m. GMT or BST, depending on the time of year. Scan the QR code at the top left. There's also going to be a video that YouTube thinks that you will love right below that, and to the right of that there is also going to be a little subscribe button thingy. But with that being said, thank you for watching, thank you for the support, stay safe and keep the rubber side down.